قال المؤلف رحمه الله, said the author, may Allah have mercy upon him, ويبطل بها صومه وتيممه ونكاحه قبل الدخول, and invalidated by apostasy is the apostate's fasting and his purification by soil and his marriage before consummation. وَكَذَا بَعْدَهُ إِن لَّمْ يَعُدْ إِلَى الْإِسْلَامِ فِي الْعِدَّةِ, and likewise his marriage after consummation, if he does not return to Islam within the woman's post-marital waiting period. This means whether the apostate is a male or a female, whichever of the two spouses commits apostasy, the woman's iddah starts. The clock starts, as they say. Soon as either spouse commits apostasy and the marriage was consummated, then the clock starts. Her iddah starts. This person is really obligated to come back to Islam immediately, with no delay. If this one, whoever, male or female, doesn't come back before the iddah expires, then their marriage is completely invalidated. Yani, it became clear that it was invalidated since the time of apostasy. وَلَا يَصِحُّ عَقْدُ نِكَاحِهِ عَلَى مُسْلِمَةٍ وَغَيْرِهَا, and it's not valid for him to do a marriage contract with a Muslim woman nor any other woman. What here means or. And here means or. It's not valid for him to do a marriage contract with a Muslim woman and another woman, meaning or another woman. الشرح, the explanation. هذه المذكورات بعض ما يتعلق بالمرتد من الأحكام. These mentioned cases are some of what pertains to the apostate of rules. فمن ذلك أن الردة تبطل الصيام والتيمم. Amongst that is that apostasy invalidates the fasting and the purification by soil. أما الوضوء فلا ينتقض بالردة. But wudu is not invalidated by apostasy in the Shafi'i school. It is in the Hanafi school though. ومن ذلك أن نكاحه بطل بمجرد الردة من أحد الزوجين قبل الدخول بالزوجة. And among those rules is that the apostate's marriage is invalidated, completely nullified, altogether nullified by mere apostasy from either one of the two spouses if that apostasy occurs before consummation. Before consummation. Yani, that's clear. But so, yani, qabla dukhuli bizawja. So, very literal wording would translate as before entering into the wife. That would mean if the head of his penis enters into her vagina, then this is the consummation. That's it. That's enough. Now, the marriage has been consummated. فَالرِّدَّةُ قَبْلَ الدُّخُولِ تَقْطَعُ النِّكَاحِ. So apostasy before consummation severs the marriage altogether. وَلَا تَحِلُّ لَهُ, and she will not be lawful for him. وَلَوْ عَادَ إِلَى الْإِسْلَامِ أَوْ عَادَتْ هِيَ إِلَى الْإِسْلَامِ, even if he came back to Islam or she came back to Islam. إِلَّا بِنِكَاحٍ جَدِيدٍ, unless they do a new marriage. وَأَمَّا إِذَا كَانَتِ الرِّدَّةُ بَعْدَ الدُّخُولِ بِهَا, but if the apostasy were after consummating with her, فَإِنْ عَادَ إِلَى الْإِسْلَامِ قَبْلَ انْتِهَاءِ الْعِدَّةِ, then if the apostate comes back to Islam before the iddah expires, وَهِيَ ثَلَاثَةُ أَطْهَارٍ وَلِلْحَامِلِ حَتَّى تَضَعَ حَمْلَهَا, which is yani her iddah, the time her post-marital waiting period, that time is 3 non-menstruating intervals, 3 clean intervals. That's if she's a menstruating woman. And if she's pregnant, then that duration is until she drops her load. That means until she delivers. تبين عدم بطلان النكاح. Then it would be clear that the marriage was never invalidated. So what was it then? It was suspended until the issue became clear. فلا يحتاج إلى تجديد. So they will not need, or he will not need, or فلا يحتاج إلى تجديد. There won't be a need for renewing a marriage contract. وإن انتهت العدة قبل عود الذي ارتد منهما إلى الإسلام. But if the post-marital waiting period expires before whoever apostatized amongst those 2 spouses comes back to Islam, لا يعود النكاح إلا بعقد جديد. The marriage will not come back with that one who came back to Islam. That person's coming back to Islam doesn't make the marriage also come back. Rather, they would need a new marriage contract. So here quickly, what's the iddah of the woman? There are 4 cases. 3 of them are relevant here. 1, she's a menstruating woman. Then her iddah is 3 non-menstruating intervals. So if the apostasy happened while she's not menstruating, that's the first one. Then her period comes on, then it goes off. That's the second one. Then her period comes on, then it goes off. That's the third one. When her period comes on, her iddah is over. If she committed, or whoever committed apostasy did so while she was menstruating, then when her period goes off, that's her first non-bleeding interval. And then she has her period and then it goes off. That's the second. Then her period comes on, then it goes off. That's the third. Then her period comes on, her iddah's over. So that's first case. Second case is she's not a menstruating woman and she's not pregnant. Then her iddah is 3 lunar months. Third case is she's pregnant. Then her iddah is until she delivers. Whether that's in 2 minutes or in 4 years. By the way, I'm going to mention a case for you in a moment, inshallah. Whether she delivers in 2 minutes from that time, so then her iddah's over, or in 4 years, then that's when her iddah's over, by delivery. Those 3 cases are relevant here for apostasy. What's the 4th case of iddah? The case of the widow. Her husband died. Then her iddah is 4 lunar months and 10 days by the documentation, by the explicit documentation of the Quran. And what's this case? I want to tell you. Then I just say, even if she delivered in 4 years, so quick digression for you. Beneficial case. The minimum of pregnancy is 6 months and 2 moments. 6 months and 2 moments. The minimum of pregnancy is 6 months and 2 moments. The maximum of pregnancy is 4 years. 4 years. Because that's been observed. So what if a woman had intercourse with her husband, and then she didn't have intercourse with him for many months, and for a considerable time, And then she had an affair. And then it became clear for her that she's pregnant now after she had an affair. And she hadn't been with her husband for months. And now she's pregnant after she had an affair. Then whose baby is that? So I think you understand from the introduction I gave you, whose baby is that? It's her husband's baby. That's the religious judgment. That's the religious judgment. As long as that's still within the 4 years, that's her husband's baby. Yes. Yeah. A woman, she consummated the marriage with her husband. That's important detail. So that it's possible that she's pregnant from him. Then she was not with her husband for an extended time. And what's meant here is there's no sign of pregnancy. Then she had an affair. And then after she had an affair, she found out she was pregnant. So without the religious knowledge, we're going to assume that that's a bastard child, illegitimate child. What's the religious judgment though? As long as that's still within the 4 years, then that's her husband's child. That's the religious judgment. Shaykh says, rahimahullah, وَمِنْهَا أَنَّهُ لَا يَصِحُّ عَقْدُ النِّكَاحِ لِمُرْتَدٍ. And among the rules of apostasy is that no marriage contract is valid for an apostate in any way. لا على مرتدة مثله, not with an apostate like himself. ولا على مسلمة أو يهودية أو نصرانية أو وثنية, nor with a Muslim woman or Jew or a Jewess, Jewess, nor a Christian woman, nor an idolatress. ومن هنا يعلم أن هؤلاء الشباب الذين هم من أبناء المسلمين الذين يرتدون بتغير العقيدة أو بإطلاق الألفاظ التي هي ردة أو بالفعل الذي هو ردة. And from here, it is known that those young men who are children of Muslims, those who commit apostasy by changing their conviction or by saying blasphemous words or by an action that is apostasy, لا يصح لهم الزواج ما لم يتخلوا عن ردتهم. It's not valid for them to get married. No marriage is valid for them as long as they do not denounce their apostasy. ولا يكفيهم الانتساب اللفظي إلى الإسلام, and their mere verbal affiliation with Islam will not be sufficient. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam, and Allah knows best.